no. What will I do all day?
What will you do? You'll see a woman in charge of a courtroom making big decisions. You'll be in awe much of the day.
Yeah, but what if I'm not? What if I'm just bored? You said I can't even sit in court during the trial.
You can listen at the door.
Grandma, did you ever make Mom go to work with you when she was little?
No, I had quite enough of her at home.
Ma, little sisterhood here. Let's take your daughter to work day.
Whose idea was that?
The entire nation's?
In my day, we had get an education so you can get work day.
You're not helping. And I don't see you offering to take Lauren to work.
I can do that? I can go with Grandma?
I'm not so sure that's such a good idea.
Think of the awe.
I have a really long day.
Please.
All right. Pick you up at 2:30.
Okay, I'll go get my stuff. Be right back. Don't leave without me.
What just happened?
It's not fair.
I know. Take your medicine.
I was supposed to go with Mom for Take Your Daughter to Work Day.
And instead, you're stuck with me. It's a horrible injustice. Come on, take your medicine. We gotta get moving.
But she promised.
Your mom's going to pick you up at the courthouse after lunch. So, you get to spend half the day with me and half the day with her. Works out for everyone.
Dad, I'm going to be a model when I grow up. Not a court services. What are you again?
You know what I am.
Yeah. You're the guy that sits in court and says, tomorrow at 2:30.
I do a lot more than that.
Mom gets to wear the nicest clothes in the world, and she has 6 people just to help her get dressed.
Yeah, well, I know how to dress myself. It's a good skill to have. Take the medicine. We're running late.
Mom said maybe I could try skipping 1 pill during the day.
She said what?
When I get older. That's what she said.
Your mother's a model, Rebecca, not a doctor.
She said one of her friends knows someone with epilepsy.
Sweetie, we're done negotiating here. Take the medicine. We leave in 5 minutes. Let's go. I saw that.
I'm gonna walk you to class, carry your books.
If I'm in Malta, would you hold my hand?
You're so easy. Want to have lunch with me and my mother?
Wow, that was weird. I could have sworn you just invited me to...
It's her birthday. She just flew in this morning. Took me completely by surprise.
She surprised you on her birthday.
Yeah. The thing is, I kind of have a cookie relationship with my mom.
How cookie?
For years, we didn't talk. We barely talked. A few minutes on the phone every couple of weeks. Who are you dating? No one you know. Just the bare minimum about my life. No details. I didn't want to let her in because...
Yeah, well, once you let her in, she's in. I've had that cat before.
But lately, I kind of had this change of heart. I don't know. Either I suddenly got a lot more mature, or more likely I'm just a lot happier with who I'm dating.
I think it's that you got a lot more mature.
Either way, you're pretty much the first girlfriend I've told her about since college.
Really?
Uh-huh. So she wants to meet you, and I said she could, and it's her birthday.
I'm your mother's birthday present?
Yeah, I know, it's
a little kooky.
If you don't want to go, I'll totally understand, but please go. I'll do anything.
You're cute when you're desperate.
Look at this. 4 drug offenses, 5 abuse and neglect, half dozen OTCs. I'm looking at a full house here. Fine's gonna have my ass.
I'm a compassionate man. I'll take 2 of the OTCs and 1 drug offense.
Make it 3 drug offenses and I'll take that probation hearing off your hands.
Oh, you're a real saint, Pete. That's a rubber stamp, a 5-minute case.
Can't do it. You can have any of the others, but not that one. It's Samuel Stackhouse. I intend to see that kid discharged from probation with my own eyes.
Who's Samuel Stackhouse?
A boy your daddy saved from a short and unsuccessful life of crime.
How'd you do that?
He saved himself. I just got the wheels in motion.
Please don't believe him. Your dad has modesty issues. He went out on a limb for that kid.
Oh, here she is. Future Mrs. Pete Elwell.
Hey, it's Nola.
It's Zola.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Pete. Pete Elwell.
Do I know you?
Not yet.
Sit down, Pete.
Right.
He's harmless. How are you?
Off to court, but I wanted to make sure we're still on for lunch.
I can't. I have Rebecca. She's supposed to be with Mia, but
I understand. You have a complicated life.
complicated but interesting and worth the trouble.
So far.
He's free for dinner. You are. I'll be with Mom.
My social secretary. I'll call you.
Okay.
What? It looked like you needed a little help there.
All right, watch your back. Coming through.
Excuse us.
Okay, move him into 3, get him prepped, see if you can dig up a pint of O negative.
We need you in 6, severe abdominal pains and fever.
6 is full. I just came from 6, compound fracture.
What can I say? Compound fracture's getting a roommate.
Okay, if I were a paranoid man, I would say that that nurse hated me.
Nurse Nancy, she does hate you.
Why?
Take a look in our waiting room. It's like Times Square on New Year's Eve.
It's not my fault. We're understaffed.
Well, that part's kind of your fault.
Okay, we have been through this before. You were the one that fired Heather. All I did was throw a party. You've got to get another doctor in here, maybe 2.
It's not going to happen. They gave me a hiring freeze.
Well, that's insane. Maybe if they got their asses down here and they took a... And who is they?
They are the business people who told me that hiring a new doctor would be, how did they put it, financially contraindicated.
Okay, don't hire anybody new. Rehire Heather.
You miss your little buddy, don't you? Sorry, that came out snottier than I intended it.
This is not personal. We're drowning out there. Heather hasn't been gone that long. Can't you go to the board and tell them that she's seeking treatment?
Kyle, she tested positive for drugs. It's hospital policy.
I know that, but I also know that on occasion you've been known to rewrite hospital policy. Like, I wouldn't be here if that weren't true.
Well, I only get a few chances, and I took one on you.
Take another chance. She's a good doctor.
Fine. I'll see what I can do, but I'm not making any promises.
Fair enough.
Chainsaw accident in the waiting room. I'm gonna put him in a 4, and his wife told me to give you these.
Are those fingers?
She thinks she found them all.
Don't get too comfortable, Rebecca.
Tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Thursday at 2:30.
Okay, very funny.
Friday
Let's go.
at dusk.
Rebecca, vacate the chair.
Just practicing.
You remember Judge Gray?
Hey, Rebecca. You know your dad really runs this place.
Yeah, I heard he saves kids from jail and everything.
No, actually, that part is my job.
Rebecca's gonna wait in your chambers if that's all right. Go with Donna.
Just when I was starting to have fun.
Well, have you considered a career in the legal arena?
No.
She's supposed to be with me.
I'm lucky. Short of bribery, I couldn't convince Lauren to come within a mile of this place. Okay, first up, discharge of probation hearing. For the record, you are...
I'm Doug, Douglas Rain, representing Samuel Stockhouse.
And do you notice anyone is missing? Douglas Rain?
Yes, Judge, actually I have. That would be Mr. Stockhouse.
Stackhouse.
Would you have any idea where Samuel is?
Your guess is as good as mine. I called, I can't tell you how many times. I talked to his sister and his mother. He should be here.
He's got a pager. I mean, there's a pager number for Samuel Stackhouse.
Have you tried paging Samuel?
I tried,
So
but...
you haven't actually talked to Samuel himself?
No.
Okay. Well, if Mr. Stackhouse doesn't care enough about being discharged from probation enough to actually show up, maybe probation should not be terminated. I see no reason not to issue a warrant.
Excuse me, Your Honor. If Mr. Rain would like to ask for a continuance, just in case there was an accident or something.
Mr. Van Exel, a continuance.
Yes, I want to do that.
You have space this afternoon?
No, I don't. I have to get out of here by 2:30. I promised Lauren.
There's an opening at 2.
Really? I didn't last time I checked.
You do now.
Okay. continuance until 2 o'clock, but this is your client's last chance.
Thank you, Judge.
Next case.
I'll be back.
Where are you going?
Court business. Down our cover.
No need to worry, Judge Gray. I got your back.
Stackhouse, yes. Judge Gray CSO is asking that too. Yeah, I'll hold. Honey, don't do that.
Why can't I hear the court cases?
There's nothing I can do about it, sweetheart. It's the law. Juvenile's a closed court. Yeah? Yeah, I just heard he's in detention. I need to know why. Well, if he's the wrong guy, he should have been released by now. What? No, I'll be right down.
Detention? Uh-oh. Somebody's staying after school.
I got a message the judge wanted to see me.
No, I wanted to see you. Do you know your client's downstairs sitting in detention right now?
What for?
Come on, you're his public defender. That's the kind of thing you should know.
Look, standard procedure in our office is give everything to the new guy. And you're looking at the new guy. Be glad I can find the right courtrooms. I'll try and get down there sometime.
No, I'll go get him. You just make sure you're in court at 2 o'clock sharp.
Look, I'm not sure I can. I've got a lot of clients.
No, you don't.
I don't?
I'm going to be very clear with you. Right now, today, you have one client, Samuel Stackhouse. You're not going to blow this kid's last chance. You got that?
Yeah.
2 o'clock.
That was so cool, Dad. You went totally Denzel. Are we really going to see that detention kid?
I am. You've got to stay here. But when I get back, we'll have lunch.
Oh, come on.
Rebecca, take your medicine. Don't forget.
Stop trying to change the subject. You said you'd give me a tour of the courthouse.
I know I did, honey, but I don't think there's going to be time. I got to go take care of this kid.
I don't care about Samuel Suckhouse. This is my only day here, and you promised.
Sweetie, this has to be taken care of by 2 o'clock. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'll have Donna look in on you.
There you go, guys. Come back after work. Pints are half price during happy hour. What can I get Kyle?
Alone, Mallory? That's so sad. What happened to all the other ducks?
It's a mystery. What are you doing here in the middle of the day?
I wanted to see you, and I have a message from Lily. She would like to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm sure. About what? Getting pedicures together?
About coming back to St. Mike's.
No. Tell her no thanks.
Come on, listen. She has all but admitted that it was a huge mistake in letting you go.
Kyle, that talk screen was the best thing that's ever happened to me. It was a wake-up call.
Believe me, I have received that call once or twice myself. I understand.
I don't think you do. What I'm saying is, I don't want to be a doctor. That was my wake-up call.
A Gibson in a draft?
Got it.
You're right. I don't understand.
When I left the hospital, I thought my life had completely collapsed. I cried for 2 days, didn't leave the house for a week. Then you know what happened? Nothing. I was fine. Actually happy. For the first time in I don't know how long. There was no pressure. I wasn't waking up in the middle of the night convinced that I'd given some patient the wrong medication and killed him.
I had that dream last night.
I used to have that dream every night. But now, I haven't slept this well in 3 years. I'm not responsible for anyone else's life, just mine. Look, I'm not you, and I'm not Lily. I'm okay with that. You do your thing, I'll do mine.
Tending bar, that's your thing?
I like this job. The clientele's cool. Suspender crowd at lunch, rich kids at night. Everyone's funny.
Funnier than me?
And I make more on one shift here than I did in 2 weeks as a resident. I'm okay. Believe me.
I do. But I miss you.
I didn't leave town. I just left the hospital. You know where to find me. I'm right here.
You and the duck.
Pick up.
Okay, he hasn't been charged with anything. The arresting officer admitted he got the wrong guy, so
Uh-huh.
So why is he still in the cell?
That's a conundrum, isn't it? Bureaucracy. Officer on duty can't find his paperwork.
You're the officer on duty.
That I am.
What happened?
Kid's got an attitude problem. Hasn't figured out how to respect his elders.
Come on, Officer Curtis. This kid's been through a lot. He's about to clear probation. I'm sure you
I get off duty at 5. I'd imagine his paperwork will surface around then.
No. 5 o'clock is too late. He has to be in court at 2. Okay, let's get to the point. What would expedite matters? An apology?
Maybe. Kid shows some remorse, says he's sorry, then who knows?
Let me see him.
What? You want to have lunch? I can't. I've got a lunch. Really? But it isn't on your schedule. Who are you having lunch with? Yeah, in case I need to find you.
Stu's mother.
What?
Stu's mother. I'm having lunch with Stu's mother. You getting this in the back row? I'm having lunch with Stu's mother.
Next case.
He gets the call. You know that I'm the wrong guy. And then he comes into my cell and he's like, just because you didn't rob the video store doesn't mean you don't belong in here. And then he gives me a little push.
What'd you say?
He pushed me.
What did you say?
I told him to bite my ass.
That's just beautiful. Why would you do something so stupid?
He started it. I didn't do anything. I'm not even supposed to be here.
Come on, Samuel. You know how close you are to putting all this behind you?
What, I'm not supposed to stand up for myself because I'm on probation? I was right. That guy disrespected me.
So what? You want to talk about disrespect? What do you think you're showing me? I've been in your corner for over a year now. Who do you think's been filing reports with the court? Letting the judge know how well you're doing? Getting your date moved up? Now you want to throw it all away because he started it?
Well, when was the last time some cop told you that you belonged in jail no matter you didn't do anything? He should apologize to me.
Samuel, there's a judge waiting to discharge you from probation. But if you're not there at 2 o'clock, she's going to issue a warrant. And then about 2:15, your friend out there is going to walk in here with a big grin on his face. You know why? Because he'll be carrying that warrant. And he'll be the one arresting you. Don't you see? If you don't apologize, then you make him right about you.
Then I guess everyone's right about it.
Everyone except me. You know, I'm supposed to be having lunch with my daughter right now, but I'm here. You know what that means? That means I overestimated you. Thank you for watching, Rebecca. Sorry I'm late. Where is she?
Oh, she's having lunch with Stu's mother.
What?
I know. I thought it was a little premature for that, too.
Rebecca, Donna. Where's Rebecca?
She isn't with you?
Rebecca! Rebecca!
She probably just got hungry or something.
Rebecca! Rebecca! Donna, check the women's room upstairs. I'm gonna check the cafeteria. Rebecca! Rebecca!
I saw Rebecca and she blew out of here a while ago.
You just let her go?
She waved and said, see ya. Figured she knew what she was doing.
She's a little girl.
Bruce, our job's not to lock people in, it's to keep them out.
Yeah, okay. Did you at least see which direction she went in?
I think she headed east. No, man, she got on the bus.
The bus?
Yeah, I think she got on the bus that stops right over there. No, I'm telling you, she was walking on foot east.
Troy, look, I need to see security tapes. Can you do that for me? Mia! Is Rebecca with you?
What are you talking about? I just got here. Well, what's going on? Where is she?
Mr. Collins, party of 3. Table right this way.
Well, this is a double treat. I get to spend your birthday with you, and I get to avoid the courthouse cafeteria.
I've been looking forward to meeting you, too. Stuart tells me you're a judge. That must be fascinating work.
Well, it's never dull.
One never thinks about what judges do when they're not in their robes, does one?
This one does.
Stuart also tells me you're a proponent of judicial reform.
Yeah. Well, judicial reform is sort of a big umbrella. There's judicial education, policy reform, alternative dispute resolution, et cetera, on the county, state, and national level.
Well, whichever. I just wondered what you do about it.
Excuse me?
Committees, lobbies, letter writing campaigns.
Mother is a crusader. I should have warned you.
Oh. Well, I don't know that I actually do anything. I read and I try to stay informed.
I see. You're an armchair liberal. Hey, that's okay. We all start there.
Mother is chairperson of the Council for the Propagation of Excellence.
Well, that's excellent.
I'll send you our packet.
That would be nice.
Mother is a vanguard of the New Left.
I hear the New Left is really the old right.
Oh, some of us don't consider the current state of the world a laughing matter.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize we were talking about the world.
Well, now that you do, what is your position?
On the world? I'm for it. Go world.
She actually thought that was very funny, but if the New Left finds out that she has a sense of humor, they'll, kick her out of the club.
No, Joanne, you're right. I was being flippant. It's a bad habit of mine. I apologize.
There's no need.
I've had the duck. It's terrific if you're in a foul mood.
Stuart, I'm trying to have an edifying conversation with Annie.
Amy, why don't we just enjoy our lunch and we can save the edifying conversation for dessert and coffee?
I like that idea.
I'm merely trying to determine what you do, dear. How do you contribute?
How do I contribute to the world?
If you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Well, every morning I get up, I empty the dishwasher, I take out the trash, I change light bulbs, I start a grocery list, I pay a few bills. I make Lauren's breakfast, I get her off to school. This time of year I might kill a few dozen ants and yell at whoever left the honey out. After that, I spend my day making life-altering decisions for warring couples or taking children away from parents who are selling them into child pornography and numerous other cases, equally cheerful. I go home, I make dinner, I help Lauren with her homework. I might hug her while she cries because Amanda told Christy that Lauren can't be in their club anymore. I get her off to bed, and then I sit down, I start writing my opinions, or I do my own research because the state budget is in permanent deficit, so I'm sharing a clerk with the 15 other juvenile court judges, and then I get about 5 hours sleep, I wake up in the morning, and I do it all again. But you are right. In the spare 15 minutes that I do have, I do not email my congressman or write articles to be read by 11 other people who already agree with me. But I'm looking forward to reading your pamphlet.
I think I will have the duck.
Dina.
Maxine.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Come in.
Thank you.
I didn't expect you today.
Well, that's what spot checks are all about. It's take your granddaughter to work day today.
Mom. It's okay, Emily. Maxine's just stopping by to see how we're doing. This is her granddaughter.
Lauren.
Hi. Hi.
Why don't you two girls play together for a while? I've got some boring things to talk about with Dina.
Go ahead, honey. Why don't you show Lauren your room?
Okay. Lauren. This is it. Oh, it's nice. It's the first room I've ever had that's all mine.
What do you mean?
Before, we stayed with a friend of my mom's, and I had to share a room with his 2 kids. My mom got sick. I had to stay with these people and share a room with their daughter.
Was your mom in the hospital?
I don't know. I wasn't allowed to see her. She said she took a lot of bad stuff that made her have bad judgment, and she hung with the wrong crowd. But not anymore. Do you live with your mom?
Yeah, my grandma lives there too.
Do you like teddy bears?
Yeah, I've got like 10 of them.
10?
Mm-hmm. My mom gets me one every birthday. It's like our tradition.
I only have this one.
Oh, don't cry. That one's really cool. If I could only have one, that's the one I would want.
Is she gonna take me away from my mom again?
My grandma? No, she wouldn't do that.
She did before.
She did?
That's what she does. She takes kids away from their homes and puts them with strangers. That's her job. Didn't you know that?
That was a long lunch. They put the flat iron steak back on the menu.
I went to see Heather.
Ah,
She's not interested in coming back, so she's done with medicine.
typical addict.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that it's typical reactionary behavior from an addict.
What would you know about it?
True, I've never been an addict, but I have employed addicts, and I have gained a lot of insight.
Okay, let me clue you in on a couple of things. First, just because somebody doesn't live their life by your standards doesn't make them wrong. And I seriously doubt that you or anyone else knows Heather better than she knows herself.
What are you talking about?
If Heather knows that medicine isn't for her or she feels she can handle a drink now and then, God bless her. Who are you to say she's wrong?
I think Heather knows what a load of crap that argument is.
Dr. Redeker, ambulance is bringing in a kid with head trauma.
Go with him and do the prelim. Don't look at me like that. Just go with him.
Who leaves their child unattended in a building full of felons?
She wasn't unattended, Mia. She took off.
Because no one was watching her.
Do not show up 8 hours late and start second-guessing me. Rebecca wasn't supposed to be here in the first place.
Oh, it's my fault for having a life.
Your life never includes your daughter, except when it's convenient.
Bruce. Hi. I heard what happened. I'm gonna go talk to that cop again.
Rebecca's still missing.
Oh, my God. Oh, Bruce, the hospital's on line 1. Rebecca's just brought in, unconscious.
Rebecca, can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? Rebecca.
How is she? Okay?
We're not sure yet. We think that she had a seizure and that she fell down a flight of concrete stairs.
A seizure. She takes medicine for that, for epilepsy.
No, she was arguing with me about it. I think maybe she didn't take it.
You think maybe?
Mia, can we do this later? But she's going to be okay, right?
She has an epidural hematoma. There's a lot of pressure on her brain. She's on her way to OR.
She's having surgery.
It's the only way that we can relieve the pressure. Look, I have to go up there right now to help assist, but I will come back as soon as I can to let you know how it's going.
Thank you, Kyle. I had assumed she had taken the pill. I didn't stand there and watch her do it. I'm sorry.
You're awfully quiet. I hope you weren't too bored while I was doing all that paperwork.
I was okay.
I came over as soon as I realized that Kimberly was bending your ear. Bending your ear is used here to indicate that a person of questionable interest was pontificating. Pontificating is used here to indicate excessive verbiage. And I'm running out of material, Lauren.
I get it, Grandma. You're imitating the Lemony Snicket books.
Which apparently you don't find hilarious.
That girl, Emily.
Yes?
She said your job is to take kids away from their parents and to make them live with strangers.
That is sometimes an aspect of my job.
Emily's really happy with her mom.
Right now, Emily doesn't have anything to worry about. But sometimes when people straighten up, they don't straighten up for good. So I have to keep checking to make sure that children are safe. And that is my job.
Even if that means taking them away from their real mother and making them live with strangers?
Yes, even if it means taking them out of dangerous situations and making them live with safe people who they don't know.
If I gave you one of my teddy bears, would you give it to Emily?
Yes, I would.
Do you think it would be okay with Mom?
I think it would be very okay.
Donna told me. How is she?
She's in surgery. She has pressure on her brain.
Oh, God.
Kyle's with her.
Well, that's good. He's a good doctor. Is me here?
Yeah, she's in the chapel, praying for a truck to hit me.
She can't blame you for this. Where was she today?
Forget it. I'm praying for the truck, too.
You doing the Catholic guilt spiral?
Rebecca could have died.
Well, she didn't. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
I'm so busy trying to save some kid I've known less than a year. I wasn't paying attention to my own child.
Bruce, you had a chaotic situation. You handled it the best way you knew how. It's okay.
It was okay. Rebecca's in surgery. Samuel Stackhouse is in prison.
She's gonna be fine. She's in recovery, so she'll be groggy for half an hour or so.
I gotta tell Rebecca's mother.
Hey, Bruce, just so you know, Samuel Stackhouse is probably in his room right now playing video games and avoiding his homework. He showed up 2 on the dot. He's off probation.
Come in. I've been calling you all day. Is Bruce's daughter okay?
Yes. Thank God.
And how are you?
I'm an idiot. You really shouldn't take me to restaurants anymore. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. It was nice to see someone else fall into her web of destruction.
But you've been getting along with your mom, and then I wrecked it.
I didn't say we were getting along. I said we were speaking. She called me 5 times this afternoon to tell me how much she hated you, so we're still speaking. And as long as I don't try to defend you, there's no problem.
You didn't defend me?
Do I look like a nutcase?
I don't know if I like that.
You shouldn't. I told her that she better get used to you because I'm planning on you being around for a long time.
Rebecca, can you hear me?
Honey?
Where am I?
You're in the hospital, but you're fine.
I'm in trouble. Right?
Trouble?
Because I didn't take my pills.
I think we can consider a trip to the emergency room punishment enough.
Honey, you have a medical condition, and if you don't take those pills...
I get it, Mom. I wind up in the hospital. I was just going for a walk around the block. I was bored.
I thought you were mad at me.
I was mad at you. Then I got bored. Now, I'm just tired.
How are you feeling?
Why don't you go get some rest? I'll stay here with her.
I love you, Becca. I'll see you in the morning.
Wow, you look like crap.
Oddly, that's just the response I was hoping for.
Bad shift at St. Mike's.
Typical shift minus you. So here I am. This is what you do, right? Leave your stressful job and come tell the bartender all about it.
That's just if you don't want to go home to your wife who doesn't understand you.
My roommate doesn't understand me.
Then you look at someone else's drink and say, pour me one of those. Otherwise, bar's a dumb place to hang out. Look, I know we have this ill-defined relationship. And before, I hadn't been completely honest with you about who I am.
You don't owe me an explanation.
This isn't one. I'm just telling you that I would be very happy to have you in my life if you want to put up with me. But I'm not a saint.
That's good. Saints are boring on dates.
You come with baggage and a past and a sponsor.
I see. And you just came off the strict regimen. You may want to blow off some steam, and you don't want to do that alone while your boyfriend sits on the sidelines and sips mineral water and acts smug or deprived. Like that's a perfectly valid way to feel.
Look, I know you drank at the party. I don't know if it was an accident or if it was a choice or if it even matters. It's your business. You've had enough people telling you how to live your life. I just want to be a part of it. So, I guess the question is, what now?
not my fault. I did the best I could.
Hey, Noodle. Why aren't you in bed?
Mom!
What's all this about?
I just missed you.
Well, I missed you, too.
Lauren may have seen more of the real world today than she bargained for.
Mom, have I ever thanked you?
For what?
Everything.
No. I don't think you have ever thanked me for everything.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
She's going to work with you more often.
Hi.
If this is a surprise party, then you forgot the other guests.
I brought these for Rebecca. I didn't think you'd be here. I was gonna tie them to the doorknob.
That was thoughtful of you.
So, here they are.
Are you coming in?
Is it okay? I know you're probably tired.
Can I get you a glass of wine?
Do you feel up to socializing?
Sorry.
What?
Would you stop trying to be coy? Because you can do a lot of things, but you cannot pull off coy.
What are you talking about?
You didn't think I'd be here?
I thought you'd be at the hospital.
But you rang the bell.
I was just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You didn't drive over here hoping I'd be here?
I could have called.
You could have brought the balloons tomorrow.
Okay. Maybe. I hoped you would be here. A little.
A little.
What do you want from me?
I want you to admit that you came over here with Hubba Hubba Big Man on your mind.
Okay.
Okay. What?
Okay. I admit it.
You admit what?
Hubba Hubba Big Man.